Today, another community in West Michigan has declared a local state of emergency following this week's ice storm.
This afternoon, the city of Portage made the decision to join the city of Kalamazoo and Kalamazoo County so Portage can ask the state for financial assistance in their efforts to clean up the damage left behind.
Meantime, Consumers Energy has crews working around the clock trying to restore power. Today, they have restored about a third of those impacted. Now, here's a live look at the outage map. About 34,000 in Kalamazoo County still in the dark, 14,700 in Calhoun, and 5,200 in Allegan.
For some Michiganders, it could still be a couple of days before their power's turned back on, but Consumers Energy is assuring they are working as quickly and efficiently as possible. Maybe do a live update on outage numbers. We will talk about that later. 13 on your side's Keely Lovern has the story.
This storm was unusual. Ice has taken down over 8,000 lines. That's an exceptional number, some of the highest that we've seen in recent years.
Consumers Energy says they plan well in advance for any significant storms, but ice is a factor that makes things more difficult.
The nature of an ice storm is challenging because the outages tend to be smaller and much more numerous. We have about 50,000 miles of overhead lines that are involved in a storm like this.
This is an all-hands event for us. Every one of our line workers across the state of Michigan is actively deployed, working to restore customers.
Consumers says the storm caused more than 250,000 homes and businesses to lose power. By Friday afternoon, they say they've been able to restore about a third of that.
A lot of the restoration effort is going to be removing dangerous trees and limbs from the lines, fixing small pieces of the grid, and splicing wires back together.
Consumers says they have over 500 line crews, or about 1,500 people currently working out in the hardest hit areas. Plus, they've brought in more than 100 crews from out of state.
So our crews are trained. They're ready to make sure that we're serving the communities in which we live in which we provide power to.
That was Keely Lovern reporting. The storm hit communities south of the Grand Rapids area the hardest, especially Kalamazoo County.
Take a look at these limbs across the roads. Power lines are scattered. Look at that. Power lines scattered everywhere, all creating a very dangerous situation.
13 on your side's Trevor Gonzalez reports on recovery efforts as the crews try to clear the debris from the area.
We are here in Academy Park in Kalamazoo Charter Township, where downed power lines continue to sit along the streets here. It could be that we might have just missed the crews, but the most we've seen today is yellow tape being put up on one spot that was deemed too dangerous to drive through because of those low power lines. Within Kalamazoo, we've seen numerous trees blocking roadways, even an electrical line pulled off from a house that's covered in debris but still delivering power. We've only seen a single traffic light that isn't functioning here, which is very different from what the outage map from what Consumers Energy showed online. As we mentioned, both the city and county have issued an emergency declaration. Each entity doing their own thing, but the Kalamazoo County Sheriff says they're making a point to support cities like Kalamazoo.
We're working with all of the governments to make sure they have what they need, and if it's something we can help facilitate, we will help facilitate by the contacts, because the emergency management system has a looped-in community that we all are connected to.
The sheriff adds that there are in fact outages throughout the county, with Consumers Energy stating that the lights are expected to be back on come Sunday. He says it makes sense considering the level of damage that's come here. Now, as of right now, if you do end up seeing those downed power lines, the best course of action is to keep those 25 feet away, whether you're walking or driving, as it can be very dangerous. In Kalamazoo, Trevor Gonzalez, 13 on your side.